It is a community suggestion, and it's sort of, we done, as we have already figured out, we have a lot of projects and plans that staff is working on, and it fits in there. And I think that some of these things actually are happening now. The crosswalks are happening on Elenda, and so staff is working through these issues as we speak, as we heard from staff. So
yeah, I mean, I don't disagree at all. I think just off the top of my head, I think maybe 60 or 80% of what's in here is being looked at or is going to happen within the next 3 months, especially with the striping, even at Ocean and the other side of the creek there. There's going to be big changes there for protections on Elenda. There's going to be some striping and no lane reduction or parking lots, but there will be a crosswalk and some tightening of the curb radii. Pretty much everything that is in here is workable at this point, except for that additional, any enhancement to Elenda between Culver and the school is something that is a big long-term, study that would have to happen. There's no other project on the city's radar except for the Class 3 bike lanes, like I mentioned. Anything beyond that would have to be another long-term, project or study that involves the community and the school. But all the other little things are definitely that we're tackling. It's just that right in front of the school has been the hardest challenge for city staff to implement something substantial.
okay, ready.
No, but is that in the works or just we're kind of
No, there's no
out
official
there.
project. So I mean, this if there's direction to do that to reopen it, we would go step by step, kind of from the beginning. Again, I think it was 5-6 years ago that there was a big study, but it was not received by the residents, and it didn't go anywhere beyond that.
And is the process to go for the council to agenda? Is that how that moves?
Or we can try, like Councilmember Erickson said, we can put it as a study level type of project in the budget for request for funds to begin the study, which would, for the most part, would be data collection and public outreach in terms of public outreach to present potential options.
Okay.
But no substantial project, no this is what we want type of thing. It's just an exploring.
Study first and then see what.
Exercise.
That's clear.
Just, having spoken to everybody involved, I think it would be helpful as that process starts, if we're starting that process, for council to be very clear in regards to their level of support for making significant changes to that street, or whether or not they're not interested in that.
And that's why I said the work plan, because that's where we have those discussions, right? So
Yeah, so
and then also since it costs money, that's why we put money in that.
So that's something we can commit as staff to put on the next round of CIP requests.
So just to confirm, any stop sign, bike lane, or crosswalk that would improve student safety on the street right in front of those schools is currently not being allowed.
So almost all of that. So there are 2 things that we're doing right now, right in front of the school. So there's already I get the streets backwards sometimes, so bear with me. At Elenda and Garfield, there's an existing crosswalk. So city has purchased what we call RFBs, which are flashing, pedestrian actuated lighted signs that flash rapidly when somebody hits the button. So we're planning to put one of those at Garfield. At Franklin, we already have a ramp on either side of the street, so we're going to go ahead and stripe that with a crosswalk and also add the RFB flashing light. So you'll have them at both.
But that would not include putting stop signs at either of those
Correct.
locations.
Staff had already explored staff had proposed stop signs at both of those locations, but the residents were not in favor, so city has stopped pursuing that at this point. So this, along with the changes that are part of the sending striping project that will be implemented in the next 3 or 4 months, will have changes to those 2 locations, as well as all the other crosswalks in the neighborhood. But both of those do not take away lane of traffic, and they don't take away any parking.
And
Or create a stop condition, which is, the 4-second delay.